Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope you all are doing well. Today I thought I would play in my magazine art journal. And this journal, if you haven't been following me along with this one, I am using some of my own little pieces of artwork in it. And today I thought I would use this little water colored peacock and make a layout around him. But the first thing I wanted to do is I'm going to cut him out a little bit. I don't like all this white watercolor paper behind him. I'm going to do a rough job fussy cutting him. I don't need to get into every little nook and cranny. I just want to kind of get rid of some of the glaring white. So I'm just going to fussy cut around him. And then you'll see what else I have picked out. I did go ahead and pick some stuff out because it took me a while to figure out how to use him in this book. Because one thing about these magazine books versus other journals is they're very narrow and long. So your composition has, it's different, okay? Different from our usual journals. So this page here, I used gesso on it just to black out, or not completely black out, but just kind of blur what was behind it. This was a dining room set here. Here's the chandelier. You can kind of see it here. And here's the rug down here. But the dining room part in the middle, I kind of got rid of. And then this, excuse me, this was a wall with a picture frame and a bookshelf and stuff. And I just kind of got rid of some of it. Most of this is going to be covered with other paper, so it won't matter. But I don't want like words or something that has nothing to do with the picture showing through. When I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff down. So the first thing I wanted to do, I found this picture here from a magazine, and it's just this really cool rope. It looks like different color rope, and so I'm just going to go ahead and tear this one side down here. The other side is torn already, so let me just go ahead and tear this a little bit. And then I'm going to tear the bottom. I don't like smooth edges in all of my compositions. Sometimes I do. Like in my glue book, a lot of times I will have the square edges, but in this art journal in particular, I don't want to. So I'm just going to go ahead and tear that off. So I want to go ahead and put it here on this side like this. So I very sillily started this out. That's hot. Started this video, and I don't have my proper. I was going to try using some Mod Podge on this to see if that would work, but I don't think I have any. I know that's not. I don't have enough of that left. What do I have up here? Water-based super glue. All right, let's just try this. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea where I got it. And I don't even know if this is actually still viable. Okay, we're not going to use that. All right, bad planning on my part, but then, what's new, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and just use our basic Beacon glue. This is the Beacon poster board glue, which is just like the other Beacon glues, if you know which ones I'm talking about. So when you work with magazine paper, because both the book and this thing that I'm attaching here are magazine paper, they probably will get a little bit wrinkly. It doesn't bother me at all. Not in this book. This is an art journal. This isn't a journal where I'm going to be writing on or anything like this. This is just purely like art, play, fun kind of book. So it doesn't matter to me. And I kind of like the texture it gives when it wrinkles up a little bit. Okay, so we've got that. Let me just get a wet wipe out because you know where this is going, right? All right. So there's that, like that. Now, excuse me, I wanted him down here, but I also have here this picture of this lady. Now, this is not my artwork. This came from a Somerset magazine. And then I've got the words, what is it like to fly? Now, I'm not going to leave them like that because I don't want them in the box like that. But I'm just trying to think here, if I put this like this and put her there, first of all, I'm wondering, you know what? I'm going to do it. I don't want this square right on her back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm not fussing cutting her. I'm just cutting that one corner off. I just don't like the fact that that was so squared off there. So I'm just going to go ahead and round that off. And then the what's it like to fly, I think what I'm going to do here, if I can cut straight, we'll hold our breath for a minute and see if I can do this. I'm going to go ahead and keep the what's it like together. And I can always cut them apart if I decide, you know, this isn't going to work. But I just want to see if I put this one together, leave these guys together here. And see, I'm just picking out colors, the blues and the whatever, like what was in the peacock, my peacock picture. And that peacock, I did that peacock from a book that I showed in a haul video. It's a book on brush painting using brush markers. And so that's what I made him. And so I'm just going to cut out the word to. I thought I'd maybe put it down at an angle, not at an angle, what am I, yeah, kind of at an angle, we'll see, to fly, kind of like that, offset like that, okay? So let's go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and get that down because I do like that composition, and if I don't get it down, I'll totally forget what I've done. So let me go ahead and get that down, and then we'll look at the other page. It's really interesting using these long, tall books like this and then incorporating a piece of your own artwork. And if y'all aren't doing that, you might want to give it a try. And as I explained when I started working on this journal, like started to do artwork in this journal, when I decided it was just going to be a place for me to put my little pieces of art because they're all over the place. I have a bulletin board over my working desk where my computer is and stuff. And I really want to clear that off because I'd like to maybe do a vision board on there or something like that. And I've got all these little bits of art that I've done. Plus they're in books and they're in my travel art box and everywhere because that's, you know, I make a lot of them doing that. So anyway, I thought it would be fun to just kind of get them into one place. Okay, stay down there. Okay. Anything that's not staying down well right now, I'll go back and get it down. So now I need to stick her on. She looks like she's thinking, what is it like to fly? The way she's got her hand, her head in her hand like that, she looks like she's thinking a deep thought there. And of course the peacock. Peacocks can fly, but not far. They can just get up in trees. But they, obviously they don't go long distance. I have a girlfriend who has some peacocks, and they are excellent watchbirds. Excellent watchbirds. You get anywhere near her house, and they'll start to scream and yell and everything. And they're actually in the back, so in her backyard where her barn is, but you can hear them. So then I'm going to put the little peacock here. I don't know why. Oh, look, there's another one I had on that side that I cut him up because he was on the other side of this paper. I didn't realize that, but that's okay because this one on this side I think I like better than the other one. I've practiced, you know, over a couple times to see which one I like better, and I think it was this one that I like better. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get him here like this. Okay, you see that? Okay. All right, so that's what this page looks like right now, okay? And I know he is glaring white there, but we're going to do something to offset that. I don't know why this isn't sticking so well. It could be because the gesso isn't 100% dried. I just went ahead and gessoed first because I didn't want you to have to wait for it to dry. So then I've got on this page, I've got this bird in a cage because he's also wondering what is it like to fly, because poor thing is caged up. And this is just, I believe, this is just a magazine picture of a rug. A piece of a rug or something like that. I know it's some kind of home decor. It could be wallpaper. I'm not 100% sure. And then I have this piece that kind of has the same colors as the peacock. Then I've got this picture of a potted plant. And the funny thing about this, when I was going through trying to pick out some stuff that was greeny and blue, you know, things that would match my peacock, I saw this plant, and it is just green. However, it kind of, the way it's in this vase, and I'll show you again, or this pot, it kind of looks like a peacock with its feathers. And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. So let's see if we're going to use this guy. And I'm just really roughly cutting this out. I'm not doing a great fussy job on this. Again, we'll do something else to blend these things together. Okay. So see, it kind of mimicked for me the same shape as the peacock there. So I thought maybe even though it has nothing to do with flying. And then I've got this. This is actually a big picture of a ring, I think, with some green stone. And I thought I'd put that down there. It kind of picks up the greens there. So I thought this page will do it this way. And then I'll show you how I plan on like finishing it up and getting it all together here. Now this one, I have really done a job cutting that out on a magazine. I don't know what I was drinking when I did that, but good night, Helen. So I'm just going to go ahead and just go ahead and tear the sides here, because that was pretty rough. All right, let's go ahead and get this on. Let's see, where do I want my cage? Probably about there. Okay, so we'll put this guy on. I really think it would be better, instead of using this beacon glue, to use Mod Podge or some kind of gel medium, which was my absolute intention to do. And when I hit the button and started going, I realized I had forgotten to get it out. Because it's not, I ran out on my desk, and I don't have any more on my desk. So that was my intention, and I would recommend doing that instead of using this glue. But we're going to do what we're going to do. Okay, so now let's get this bird. He just came from a old book of some kind. Oh, it might have been about gardening. I can see on this side it says something about your garden. You know, like one of those old Better Homes and Gardens books or something. Something like that. Okay. All right. Let's put him on. Here. Oh, wait, Helen, you have a piece to go underneath there. Hold on. I need to keep that part up. This little piece here, which okay, I'm looking on this side. Was it a part of a blanket? This colored piece. Again, I just cut out backgrounds and stuff from a magazine, so sometimes I'm not sure what exactly they are, but I really like the colors of this, and I thought it went well with the peacock. Okay, so there we've got that. Let me get this little corner here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so there we've got like that. And then I've got this plant that to me kind of mimics the peacock, and I'm just going to put that down here. Also, I'm going to definitely have to go back and do some gluing here, because I can see some, I don't know why, maybe because the gesso is wet, that it's not sticking so well, because this glue, you know, this is good glue, and it usually sticks really well. Okay. All right. Let's get this down here. Let's put it a little bit over to the side here, like this. Okay. All right, like that. Okay, now my little bird's feet are sticking off. That's what I can see. Okay. Okay, all right, Helen, stop futzing. You can get futz later. Okay, so then the last thing I want to glue down right now is this ring, and I'm going to put that on the bottom of that bird cage. I don't know why. It makes no sense at all, but then does it have to make sense? I don't think so. I just think it's a cool looking ring, and I want it there. So that's where it's going. We're going to elevate this poor little bird's cage. He's going to have a very blingy cage now. Okay, there we go. Oops, like that. Okay. All right, so now here is this page here. Okay. Now, we still have the issue of some things not blending well together. So we're going to go ahead, and I have this paint. It is buff titanium, and it's actually the color of this rope, this piece of rope here, and kind of like her scarf and this little piece up there. And I thought, let's use a little bit of this buff titanium and just blend the pieces together a little bit. I'm just going to use my silicone brush here, and let's just go ahead and see about maybe just putting some of this color on in various places to blend things together a little bit, if that makes any sense. Especially my little peacock here. Now I don't want it to pool like that. Let me get my brush and see if that will help. I don't want it pooling up around him. I kind of want it down on him. There's too much water on that. Ugh. Okay, these paints here, I got, my sister bought them for me one Christmas. I had asked for them because she and I had gone shopping. We were at, I believe it was either Marshall's or Ross, and they had the set of 48 acrylic paints. It's called Wonder and Weiss, W-E-I-S-E, or S-S, and they're okay. I mean, they're not terrific, but then again, you know, look what I'm doing with them, right? So I'm just kind of blending some of these edges here. Maybe I'll even do it with the words a little bit to get them so they don't just look like they're stuck on the paper, which they are, of course, but we're just gonna kind of try blend them in here and see, make them a part of the background a little better. Now you can always go ahead and stamp over. I was thinking of stamping, but first of all, this page is too wet right now for me to do that. And second of all, if I wanted to stamp, I would want to do like a big flourish on this, and I don't have a big flourish stamp. Not at least the one under my desk. I'd have to look at my other container of stamps. So now we're going to go ahead and color in this page, some of this too, to blend this in and bring the color over on this side. I sound like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. It's just that I know that if something's over here, I like it to be over here. I'm a very symmetrical person. And sometimes that's not good with art, to be that, to insist on symmetry. It's very hard to get over certain things when you're thinking you're too symmetric. Okay, so we're just gonna go down here a little bit, and I'm going over the pictures and around and whatever, just kind of tying them together a little bit. And let's come down here to this flower here, or flower. It's a potted plant, it's not a flower. And just put some of this here. And like I said, see, some of these I'm probably going to have to go back and touch up the glue, but that's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Just put some, let me put some of this color down here also. Let me see this. I have about 2 square feet to work on because of all the mess on my desk here, so I'm trying to bring it where you can see it. Okay. And some of you may wonder, why don't I move my camera to the left side of my desk, since I'm right-handed and a lot of times my hand is blocking what I'm doing. I cannot do that because I'm using a camera with a monitor on it, and the monitor comes off the side. If I flip it over to that side, I cannot see the monitor at all, which means I can't see if I'm in screen. I can't see how long I've gone on. Or anything. So there's just no way for me to do that. I've thought about that a million times, and you know, I always say it is what it is. I can't really do a whole lot more about my setup right now. So I'm trying to be careful to keep my hand out of the way, but that's that. I mean, that was the first thing, obviously, that was the first thing I thought of when I got my camera, but no. Okay. All right, I like that. I think that's good. I'm just going to clean my brush and make sure I don't waste any paint. Okay. All right. So I like that. There we go. What is it like to fly? And there is my spread in my journal. So I hope you like that, guys. I hope that it gave you some inspiration to go and get out some kind of journal, even if it's a composition book. Just get some magazine stuff down, or use up some of your own artwork and get that into somewhere where that you can enjoy it. So I hope you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up. It helps my YouTube channel be seen by more people. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do, and welcome to all my new subscribers. Until the next video, guys, I hope you all are truly blessed. Bye-bye.